now I don't want people to think I'm like a Scrooge or anything like that, or a Grinch, even though we're not in Christmas time. But there's something about Thanksgiving that kind of just drags, right? I feel like it's like the redheaded stepchild of the holiday seasons.
What?
Yeah, man. It's like, it's not Christmas. Christmas is cool.
Yeah.
And it's not, everyone loves Halloween. And then right smack dab in the middle of those two, you got Thanksgiving. It's pretty uneventful. It just kind of puts a speed bump in your week.
Yeah.
You eat for one day a bunch of shit that you shouldn't. And then you go back to work and like it never happened.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing really festive around it, is there? Other than the whole eating aspect. And I get like the tradition of Thanksgiving.
Yeah. But as far as a holiday,
yeah, I mean, I feel like it's just kind of inconvenience.
it's the precursor to Christmas.
Yeah, it is, and that's what it has become, right? But on its own, like if Thanksgiving was in April, you'd be like, what the hell are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah, it just gives everybody a 4-day weekend, I suppose.
Yeah, right. Just another day that we can't go to the bank.
Yeah,
you know. But
yeah,
I don't know. I don't want anyone to think I'm a Grinch, but I just think I feel like I just lost a day. That's really at this point in my life, that's what it means to me. But.
Well, there you go. Thanksgiving has become pointless.
And no, and I love the holidays. Like this time of year is my jam. Like that fall to winter, that little between the end of September and Christmas, that's my jam. I love it. I love everything that comes with it, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't hate Thanksgiving. I just feel like it's kind of redundant.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, that's just me.
Yeah.
The celebration as we have modernized it of Thanksgiving, I feel it's redundant. Let me say that.
I'll speak on the behalf of every turkey on the planet. Is very grateful for how you feel right now.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's just me. Welcome to another edition of the Alpha Geek Podcast. We are your hosts. I am Antoine Brett.
And I'm Taras Denisenko, coming at you from Virginia Beach, Virginia.
Yes. Yeah. A lot of people don't know where we are. I guess we fail to mention that a lot of the time. Yeah. Right. Especially you've been traveling and doing, man, do you even remember where you live at this point?
As of recent, I've been living in hotel rooms.
Yeah, man.
I just got back from Minneapolis. And I got to say, have you ever been to St. Paul?
I have been to St. Paul.
St. Paul's cool, man.
Yeah, beautiful.
Like beautiful. Who knew that there was these massive, massive homes and this beautiful, gigantic cathedral on top of this hill?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it was cool. And Minneapolis was cool. Hometown of Prince.
Yeah. Have you ever bathed in the waters of Lake Minnetonka?
Yeah, that's right. Man, epic. I just came across a video of him being interviewed. And he was a smart dude. Like,
Prince, yeah.
Prince, brilliant, business smart, music smart. Just it's Wendy and I were talking about this morning. Like, did he really die of an overdose, or was he potentially murdered?
Well, yes.
Yeah,
that the jury's still out. I mean, a lot of conspiracy theorists believe that there was some foul play there. Same with Michael Jackson. Yeah. Right. So I guess we'll never know.
Never know.
You know, I did hear that his estate, his family finally sold off all his like masters and things like that. I don't know the specifics, so don't kill me on social media. But I heard that they sold off all his masters finally for undisclosed amount of money. But you got to imagine, it's like big money. His music, like, you couldn't play it at all. Like, you couldn't stream it. Like, you couldn't pull it up on YouTube because of the copyright laws. Mm-hmm. And now you can play it everywhere. Yeah. And it's like wherever they sold that off, like he must be just rolling in his grave right now. Man. Because that was owning those masters was power, right? Yeah. And then you can kind of slowly divvy them off to whatever project was doing what, but you still owned it. Yeah. You know. But now that the universe owns it. Yeah. It's almost like the argument with James Earl Jones and him giving Disney the rights to his voice in perpetuity, right? Yeah. And while it's cool that we still have all that stuff, I mean, man, this is your voice. This is what made you James Earl Jones, right? And now we can hear it anywhere.
Anywhere, yeah. Didn't Bruce Willis do that with his face as well?
Actually, I did hear. Yeah, he did. I don't know the specifics of it, but yeah.
There was a guy that posted the same thing about the I don't remember the actor's name or the voice actor's name that does Optimus Prime. They were just like, let's do the same thing with James Earl Jones, so Optimus will have that voice forever.
Yeah, dude. I mean
pretty
that
epic.
dude. I forgot that actor's. Because that guy's still alive. The original voice actor is still alive, and I mean that he's one of the guys that's like, that's Optimus Prime. There'll never be, because we've heard the Batman, the animated Batman character. Why am I forgetting his name right now? But he passed away last year, and they have a new, obviously, because Batman has to go on. They have a new voice actor, and he sounds great, but you can tell it's not.
Now that you mention it, I do remember his voice. But best voice actor for Joker, Mark Hamill.
Oh yeah, 100%.
100%.
Yeah.
But even though he sucks now in Star Wars, it's just like, I shouldn't say he sucks in Star Wars. But he's pushing back on the fans, and because of all the election stuff. Hi Wendy.
Oh, hey Wendy. She's sneaking in.
There's peeking in the door.
I have a problem when people look away from stuff when I'm looking at them. Yeah. Because I feel like I should be on guard. Like what's happening?
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah. There's for those of you who are just listening, somebody could peek through the door, and I was just Wendy's. All of a sudden I see Wendy's eyes looking at us. But yeah, Mark Hamill, he's kind of back in the media with all the Disney stuff that's coming out. The Snow White actress, she's all being dramatic about the movie, saying that she's going to no longer be the what did she say? She's like, the handsome prince not going to come and save me because I'm going to be a powerful woman. Yeah. And the whole thing with the what are they? The little
the dwarfs.
The dwarfs.
Yeah.
That was animated. It was real actors that were not little people. They were like full grown people, and then people were like, they're not dwarfs. And then they went, instead of hiring little people and give them jobs, they've now gone the animated route, which then that still looks weird. And
all the dwarves animated now? Wow.
All animated. And in the preview, have you seen the preview?
I have not.
It's basically Snow White comes in and she's bossing the dwarves around and how to clean the house, and it's got a lot of pushback, and
really?
it's I don't know. You would think that they would now start learning their lesson of let's just keep the original content the same, and if you want to make it live action, then do that, but keep it the same.
Yeah. I think a lot of the intrigue of having these live action projects, like we've had The Lion King, we've had A Little Mermaid. I feel like a lot of the intrigue is us seeing the projects that we grew up and love, and just seeing that exact same thing in live action, right? And I do understand that there does need to be some accountability as far as it goes with including, everyone wants to be seen, everybody wants to be, wants to be represented. But I feel like being able to do that but in comparison to changing the entire story, or so many parts of the story that the people who go to see these projects because it's nostalgic for them, now they don't even recognize it. You know? So I don't know. It's a slippery slope, man. It's I guess when you can, a little bit of inclusion is great. Yeah. But then it's up to us to determine what is a little bit and what is a lot, or what is too much. So
the previews for Wicked, now they're talking about inclusion. That's cool. They're using diverse characters to cast. But just make a new, and it goes back to just, if you want to do that, just make a new film, make new content. People will watch it.
Yeah. And I think with Wicked is a little bit different because there's no precedent. Yeah. This is the first movie, wicked movie, right?
Yeah.
So you have a little bit more liberty to do things with the actors, with the, I guess maybe not the story, but the actors and
because the original, like that play was freaking amazing.
Yes.
Have you been to it?
I have not, but the movie is crushing it.
Yeah.
We couldn't even get tickets this past week.
Really?
Was this opening weekend or so we couldn't even get tickets.
Thursday, I think it opened last week. Yeah,
so we couldn't even get tickets.
Wow.
Yeah. So we checked like 5 or 6 different theaters. They were sold out. Unless we wanted to go at like 10:20 at night and then have what I call the neck breaker seats, where you're right in front. You're basically looking right up at the screen. I was like, nah, we'll wait. I'll wait a week.
Man, I watched Deadpool. I took Wendy to go see Deadpool again a few months ago now. And the theater was empty. And people purposely put themselves in those neck breaker seats. Really? I was like, look at them. Like, what?
They're the worst seats ever.
Well, that's crazy.
Oh, no. They're probably doing something up there ain't got no business doing. Knowing nobody's going to walk up in those shitty seats.
Probably, too. That's 100% correct. Wow. That's wild.
Man, have you ever, well, it might be a little bit too much information, but have you ever like done anything questionable in a movie theater? Because you hear the stories all the time, right?
Yeah.
Like the movie theater, this is the place you go.
Yeah.
It's quiet, especially a movie that's been in the theater for a while. Nobody's going to be in there.
My only questionable thing I've ever done in the theater was when me and my buddy, my best friend back at Rochester, went to go see Beavis and Butthead, and we snuck in beers, and they were bottles, and at the time we were like, you could hear them open, and my buddy like dropped one and just rolled all the way down.
Oh man!
But never on a date.
Okay,
I'm assuming that you have though.
Man, don't make assumptions, bro. I'm trying to get you in trouble. No, I think we all have.
Sure.
It's the movie theater. Yeah. It's like what you do as kids.
Yeah. Are you the guy now that's in the theater and like somebody's acting up and you're like, turn around and be like,
yeah, no, I hate when people talk during the movie. I hate it, dude. I hate it, and it's weird, man, because it seems like every time I go, there's that guy. It never happened, and it happened so rarely that when it happens, you really notice it. Yeah. Right now, people on their phones, they're talking, running their mouth during the movie. My buddy and I have a good friend, Joey, who has very little tolerance for it.
Wow.
And as soon as they say, like, look, you're in a movie, bro. We're trying to watch the movie, bro. Okay, he doesn't care. I love that dude. But then I feel like you gotta have some social awareness, man. Yeah. You're going to a movie. You're going to a movie because you want to enjoy the movie. Yeah. If you're going to talk, just wait till it comes out and watch it at home.
Yeah. Would he say anything if you were not in his company?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh, he would.
Yeah, 100%. He was a fighter too, but I don't think that was. I don't think that mattered. He was a 135 pounder, so he was a little dude. But it didn't matter. He was just one of those people. Like be considerate of other people's feelings, man. Or other people around you. It's not just about you. So that I appreciate about him. I would let it go for a little while, but eventually I would be like, "Come on, man, seriously."
Yeah,
and like better.
Yeah,
so just shut up.
You would. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I can't say anything. I just don't have the courage to say anything because I don't want to start no trouble.
Yeah,
and like I don't know. And I know Wendy will be like smacking me and be like, "Don't say nothing, don't say nothing."
Nah, dude. But I had that. I used to date a young lady. This is way back, and she would talk during the movie, like ask questions.
Oh yeah,
like don't be this person right now. Seriously, I know nothing about the movie, just like you.
Yeah,
we're watching it real time. Yeah. I don't know why she keeps tripping or why she's talking to this character the way she is. I was like, shut up, just watch the movie.
Yeah,
right.
Oh man,
very little need to go to the movies these days because streaming services are just like eating right now.
Yep.
There's so much,
and
we were talking about it a little bit earlier. We are finally. On it because we usually watch different things. We have different tastes. People do.
Yep.
So very rarely are we on the same page with a lot of shows. But this week we are on the same page with a lot of shows. So that's cool.
Yeah. Like finished when I was in Minneapolis. I finished Penguin, which was I totally binged on that. Downloaded on the plane, watched it on the plane, watched it in my room. That ending, so spoilers, there will be spoilers in this episode.
Spoilers. For sure. You said if you're interested, you should have seen it by now.
Yeah.
For real. It's been a couple months.
But dude, the ending, the show was great. The Penguin, oh man, what's his name? The actor, Colin Farrell.
Oh yeah,
brilliant.
Oh man,
dude,
he was phenomenal,
unbelievable with the accent. And I saw somebody post on Instagram. He's like, week 1 of watching Penguin, and then week 8 watching Penguin. He's like walking and talking.
Oh
like,
yeah, I saw that dude. Yeah.
Thought that dude was so awesome. Good.
Yeah, man. I watched a video on TikTok of when they rapped. And when he was actually talking like himself, and it's like, oh yeah, that's right, that is Colin Farrell. Yeah. You know, he did such a great job, man. Yeah.
When he because he was talking to the cast. Well, there was a video where he was talking to the cast. They had finished the production, the filming of it,
right? And
just in his normal voice. Yeah, that was the weirdest thing.
It was weird, right? Because he put so much work into being that guy, and you never know how these limited series are going to go.
Yeah,
he didn't know if it was going to be like a smash hit like it was.
Yeah,
so he braved going into makeup for 8 hours a day to put all those prosthetics and makeup on, and it could have been a flop.
Yeah,
but it was great. I mean, there's definitely awards for that show coming. And you kind of set up the next Batman movie as well. You put a lot of little pieces in place for the next Batman movie.
2 things on the finale I was blown away by. The first one was he killed the kid.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Did you see that coming?
I did. No way. I didn't see it coming. I thought that he was gonna grow into like his right hand man.
Yeah.
That's what I thought was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So clearly his thing is he realized that family is now a weakness, and anybody close to him, he's like, I'm done with it.
Yeah. So we talked about it earlier. We became almost like Cobb had some very redeeming qualities by the time we got to that finale episode.
Yeah.
Like you knew he was a bad guy, you knew he was a gangster, but you wanted him to win.
Yeah.
In that last episode, he just jumped off the cliff, dude. Now he's more recognizable as the Penguin that we know from Batman IP, you know. So I mean, like having his, again, spoilers, having the prostitute wearing his mom's dress, and then his mom is like basically a vegetable at this point, and he's like just kind of keeping her around. It's so crazy, and that's more of what I expected. Which leads me to believe that they probably will not do a second season. I hope they do. But even if you ended it right now, and now he is this like sociopath, you know, then you can go ahead and carry him on into whatever other Batman projects you have coming up down the pipe.
So do you think that the other reveal that they had was the mention of Selena Kyle?
Right.
That was her half sister, or was it her actual sister?
It was her. So it was her half sister. Selena Kyle is basically an illegitimate child of her father.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I want to see how that go. I mean, it's gonna be so. I can't wait to see it. I hope something happens. Either they take because they are doing a second Batman film.
Yeah.
With Robert Pattinson. So we're gonna get something. I don't know what it is, but we're gonna get something.
And I wonder if is that one of the women that her father actually ended up killing? What was his name? Man, what were their family names?
The Falcones
that actually killed all those women was Selena Kyle's biological mother. One of those
women. Yeah. So yeah.
Is there? I mean, she's already revenged all the. I mean, she already killed her family, dude. And when she freaking killed her entire family, I was like, and then put the little girl in the home. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. I feel like, again, there's so much you can do. I feel like at some point she has to go get the little girl and kind of make her like a little mirror image of her, or at least make sure she's okay. You know, finds a family and all that. But
or she becomes Batgirl. Like totally avenges.
You think that's Batgirl?
I mean, she could like flip the script and be like, you killed my family, I'll never forgive you. And I'm like, and my family,
or a version of Batgirl, maybe. Yeah. Because we all know like Batgirl is Barbara Gordon, and I think in every universe or every iteration of that character, it is Barbara Gordon.
Oh, that's right.
Now, Batwoman is different. You can there is a Batwoman, and you can kind of play. You might be able to play with that a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of going to a fan theory. This is actually, I don't know how much I believe it. I don't know how much how much water it holds. But Vic, a lot of people are saying that he's not dead. that he didn't die because if you'd watched it, then if you didn't watch it, of course you should have tuned out by now. But he cleans his wallet out, he takes the money, puts it in his pocket, takes his ID, throws it in the river, right?
Yeah.
So they find this kid. Theory is they find this kid, they don't have an ID for him, so he has basically a blank slate, who he could be, and he goes on to be one of Batman, like a Robin. In the future. Yeah. So I don't. Again, it's a fan theory. It doesn't hold a lot of water. The story, you have to do a lot of changing to, and we all know that people don't like when you make changes like that. But I thought it was interesting. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, because he couldn't even play Nightwing or anything, because Nightwing was a Robin. It was Nightwing that was Dick Grayson.
That was the original Robin. Yeah. Yeah, and then you had Tim Drake, and then Damian Wayne, of course.
Yeah.
So even the female, what was it? Caitlin Kelly, I believe her name was. But we'll see. I just hope we get something with the Penguin, or with Penguin. So.
Have you seen the second Joker? Ado or whatever.
Yeah, Folie à Deux.
And thoughts?
It was terrible.
It
was terrible. Even Jamie, she loves like movies like that with Lady Gaga, aside from it being like comic book stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And she was just like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
The only part that and it's funny because I actually love this part of the movie, is the courtroom scene where he has like the foghorn leghorn type of like accent that he's doing when he's defending himself.
Okay.
Was hilarious. So you haven't seen it?
Nope.
Okay. Well, shit. Sorry.
And honestly, and I don't really care to. Okay. I'll if there's any spoilers, I'm okay with it.
Okay, good. Because that part of the movie was phenomenal. It was so funny, and he was kind of like spot on. If you had to go and defend yourself in a trial, like how would you want to defend yourself? And it was hilarious. Though he does this old school kind of 70s Southern lawyer type thing, and it's like a foghorn leghorn accent.
Yeah,
so it's pretty entertaining. But
wow.
Other than that, the movie.
Was it a full-on musical then?
Yeah. It was a musical.
All right.
Yeah, it even got to a one point where Joker was like, "Stop singing! You don't have to sing everything."
Oh, he did say that.
Yeah, well, at the part where towards the end of the film, so it might be worth the watch.
Yeah,
I wouldn't pay for it.
Yeah,
wait till it comes on. It'll probably be on HBO Max.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna wait. Yeah, it just, I don't know. Even in the previews, I was like, that the Joker, the first one was so good. I'm like, what can you possibly do with the second one?
Yeah,
and then when I heard it was Lady Gaga, I'm like, I don't know. For me, she's just not a Harley Quinn esque.
Yeah.
Whereas in my mind now, Harley Quinn will forever be her name is Barbie. Freaking Jesus.
He makes me forget names when he forgets names.
Put you on the spot. Yes, we'll find it later.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. It just seemed like Lady Gaga. Snarky J, I think. Snarky J was going off on Lady Gaga. She's a terrible actress. She doesn't like anything about her except for her music. She's a brilliant musician. She's like, but don't be an actor. Just because you're talented doesn't mean that you could do this.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I agree with that, but
yeah, I've seen some like A Star Is Born.
She was pretty awesome good.
Yeah. Margot Robbie is Harley Quinn.
How can we forget that?
I don't know. I don't know, dude. We suck.
Yeah.
And I feel like Lady Gaga is one of those, like, I guess a method actor. They become that person, like a Daniel Day-Lewis or DiCaprio, or so Christian Bale. So I feel like it does that, but maybe the projects she attaches herself to just aren't great projects or don't end up being great. I feel like I can't blame it on her.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I totally agree with that. I don't think always a bad, like, people will kind of shit on an actor for doing such a bad job, but it's not always the actor's fault. It could be bad writing, bad directing, bad, whatever. But yeah. Next show, Cobra Kai.
Yes.
Is another one we're on the same page on.
Yeah.
And we binged on it, Pat. Oh, dude.
Yeah. The Cobra Kai, they have, and this is a perfect example of timing means a lot.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't remember that Cobra Kai came on YouTube. It was on YouTube Red or whatever. And it had an entire season and nobody watched it.
Yeah.
And so Netflix saw something in it. They took the project, they re-released the first season and rock it.
Now, I don't think, because the first season, because I watched it on YouTube Red and I thought it was brilliant. And that's why I actually got YouTube Red because of Cobra Kai. And I just don't know if YouTube did enough marketing on it. And because it was the same season, whether it was on YouTube. So they didn't change anything. And I don't know, I mean, you're probably accurate in that nobody watched it, but I feel like it got some momentum on it, and that's why Netflix picked it up. I feel like that's why it was.
Maybe, well, not enough people watched it to justify a second season of it, because it was out for a while before Netflix picked it up. So I want to say it was out. It had wrapped, and it had been at least a year or two before Netflix picked it up.
Yeah.
So,
but I think it was the only thing on YouTube Red that was worth watching. I don't think YouTube Red had anything. I don't recall, because it's been years now.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, it's been a long time, because we're up to 6 seasons now.
Yeah,
on Cobra Kai. So they did the same thing Netflix did with Heels, the Stephen Amell wrestling TV show.
Okay.
And so they did 2 seasons on Showtime. They have Netflix has picked up those 2 seasons. I hope it picks up steam so they do a 3rd season, because I love that show. It's a great show.
Yeah.
So, and some stuff just doesn't vibe. It kind of gets lost in the shuffle of other shows, and there's so much content out there. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why these shows don't hit the way they should, you know? So I just hope it does well. For Those Who Are About to Die is another one. Great show, but there's so much content.
Yeah.
Alex Cross, great show.
Oh, Cross is like, that's like, seems like it's like #1 pick right now on, is it on Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lioness. I mean, there's so much content out there. You got to pick what you want to watch, and some stuff, you know, you can't see everything.
Yeah.
You can't.
There also must be like an algorithm in all those streaming services that point you to those shows. Like, they're like, you watch this, so you might like this. Yeah.
Well, affiliation too, right? You know, you got Amazon Prime, right?
Yep.
And you know, so as soon as you turn on your Fire Stick, everything that Amazon has is going to be right there up front. So, you know, you have the opportunity to see that stuff. And then with Hulu, FX, Disney, those are all partners. So, you know, they're going to push their projects too. So when you have like the Peacocks and the Paramount and the MGMs and the Apple Pluses, you know, second season of Silo just came out, and we haven't heard anything. I did start to watch the 2nd episode, and I got to give it another chance, because I love the 1st season, but this first episode of the 2nd season didn't hit. So
I was listening to somebody before we got back to Cobra Kai. Man, sorry. That he said streaming services is the worst business model ever.
Really? Why is that?
And I think it was WD Pro that had an attorney or a finance guy on there, and they were talking about that Netflix is the only service that's going to survive, and eventually cable's going to come back, because all these separate streaming services are not profitable. And when you look at Disney Plus numbers, and that's one of the things that he was looking, if you look at Disney Plus numbers, the amount, since what they're doing is they're creating a bundle. So they're basically making a cable service. So now you're getting Disney Plus, ESPN, Hulu.
Right.
And so he's like, the more, whoever wins now that game will basically just gobble up every other thing. And it's just back to a cable service. And Disney Plus, and this is why he came up with these numbers. Bob Iger accidentally slipped saying that we're going to the numbers of the the free Hulu service where there's commercials in it. He's like, those are the numbers that we're really wanting to develop. And that's where we want to go. We don't want to get necessarily new paid subscribers. And this guy is saying, by basically him saying that, he's like, they want advertising revenue. Right. He's like, you can't just go on based people subscribing because you're just not making any money. He's like, we need advertising. Right. So this guy was speculating that all these streaming services are now trying to, well, at least Disney is going to try to go that route and push that the advertising portion of it.
Okay, well then that begs the question: how has Netflix done it? Because Netflix has no advertising, right? So how has Netflix become such a monster in the streaming? Is it just from a longevity standpoint? Because they are the oldest, sure. Yep. But they had to get to this point because it didn't start that way. It was a CD. You had to, order your movie. They would send it to you in the mail. Yeah. You had to put it back in the sleeve and send it back before you could get your next one. So,
and he talked about that too. He was like, Netflix is the only service that actually knows how to do it. Now, people are pissed off because of the Tyson Paul fight.
Oh God!
But the Tyson Paul fight probably broke because of the amount of traffic, because Joe Rogan also streamed his comedy act live as well, and that had a huge viewership. And now that they're going to try the NFL thing, people are like, oh, the NFL is not going to work. They're like, but the NFL games are not a global sensation. Maybe they will become that. He's like, but that'll give Netflix time to figure out what their servers need to be. And
yeah, man, because Netflix has had this trouble before, and if I have to give Netflix an X mark, this will be it, because they've been trying to dabble in this live feed, live stream thing. They did it a couple years ago with one of the Love Is Blind finale, and they had issues. It was supposed to start at 8:00 and it didn't come on until like the next morning because so many people tried to tune in. Right. And then of course we have now 2 years later, we have the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight, and we have, buffering and streaming issues with that. Now, like you said, we have the NFL coming, and they can't afford to fuck that up.
Yeah.
They cannot. And then they have starting January, the WWE goes to Netflix, and it's going to be a 2-hour live show.
Yep.
No advertising. Yep. So, man, you got whatever hiccups you have, whatever you need to fix it.
Yep.
Because because the whole point is to get more subscribers from Netflix standpoint.
Yep.
You want to bring these properties in because you're going to get those subscribers. And what is Netflix now? 14 to $20 or $14.99 to $19.99, somewhere around there, right? So, and the WWE is the biggest privately owned sports. It's huge. Yeah. It is. And so by adding the NFL, and they're just getting a handful of games. They're not getting all the games right now, but inevitably that's going to grow like Amazon has grown, because Thursday night, just Amazon.
Yep.
So right now, if you want to watch the NFL, if you want to see all the NFL games, you have to have Amazon Prime. You're going to have Netflix now.
Yep.
You got to have, and then what else is there? You got YouTube, because they play one on YouTube, right? Peacock. That's 4 services right there you have to have if you want to watch the majority, and that's still not all the games.
Yeah.
The majority of the games you have to have 4 services.
Yeah.
So,
But wasn't that similar to the NFL ticket, where you'd have to have, like, in order to watch all the games, you would have to buy, because wasn't it all on ESPN? Could play all the games?
Yeah.
And you'd have to get this separate thing. So does ESPN no longer have the NFL ticket?
Well, the NFL ticket the NFL ticket, ESPN doesn't have. You talk about the Sunday ticket is a separate service that I know DirecTV has, and cable. You can get it with any cable service.
So that's what I was thinking. It was cable service.
Yeah. But that's $300 a month.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, yeah. That's what I was referencing.
That's an additional $300 a month.
Yeah.
So on top of, if you're paying $120, $130 for cable, and then you want the NFL package, then you got to pay that money.
Wow.
And it's worth it to. I guess you got to be a diehard football fan. To do that for. But now the NFL season is what? 4 months, 5 months.
Is it?
Yeah. And if you really want, if you're like a diehard fan, you just love the NFL, that's 9 months a year.
Yeah.
You got preseason, you got all the draft stuff, you got the combine stuff, you got so much. You can watch NFL 8 to 9 months a year, something, NFL connected.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
A lot of money. And, from a cable standpoint, that's the one thing, because what can you not get on a streaming service? You can't get live sports yet, and you can't get news, right? So if you want to see the news, you got to have cable. Yeah, right now.
Or you get Freevee or whatever that is.
Yeah, like Freevee. But is that, do they play the news on Freevee?
Somehow I get or a digital antenna. Like I get a digital antenna and I get all the local news.
Yeah, you get the local
stuff. All free. Yeah. I wonder though, like with Netflix and all live sports, is that another bid to get like product placement advertising? Like if you're gonna stream the WWE, will they'll be like on the mat? Do they don't do like UFC stuff where there's like
they do. Yeah, with Prime.
Yeah.
Logan Paul's. He's the first. Yeah. And they've never done this before. This is the first time with this Prime deal that they've had logo in the ring.
Okay.
Now UFC has made millions of dollars doing it.
Yeah.
But now I don't know what kind of deal Logan Paul has with the WWE that allowed this to happen. But there is a Prime water cooler right next to the announce desk at every event. And there is a Prime logo smack dab in the middle of the ring.
How did those two guys get so popular and so much money? I mean,
man, we're trying to figure it out.
Oh, man.
Because they've been in the game for a long time. And if there's nothing else you can say about them, they're smart businessmen. And they obviously have a great team around them.
Yeah.
Because, just the fact that Logan Paul was able to make a Floyd Mayweather fight happen was crazy. So dude has no boxing experience.
Yeah.
And, he made that fight happen. And they're just great businessmen. You say what you want about them, man. And I'm on the fence about the Paul brothers and how they, who I don't know them from Adam. They could be great guys.
Yeah.
But I know the amount of work that Logan Paul has put in to being a great sports performer or WWE superstar, whatever you want to call it. That dude does some phenomenal shit, dude. He is a student of the game.
Yeah.
And the stuff that he's doing is things that guys take 10, 15 years to do.
Wow.
And he's doing it like right now from Jump Street. So from the work ethic standpoint, you got to give it to him. Same thing with Jake Paul. Jake Paul is probably the biggest, has becoming the biggest boxing promoter in professional boxing right now. And he's doing it on his own back.
Yeah.
And then everybody can complain about him not fighting. He's fighting old ass Mike Tyson. He's gonna be fighting. There's a lot of they say they're gonna him versus Jimmy Carter next.
Oh my God, I've seen that. Yeah,
it's so hilarious. Yeah. But when you talk about the amount of butts he's putting in seats, the amount of revenue that he's generating, you can't argue with results, man.
Yeah.
He filled up Dallas Stadium.
Yeah.
72,000 people.
Do you think that he actually filled it up, or did Mike Tyson fill it up? Either way.
It doesn't matter. You put aces in their places, right? Yeah.
From a fight standpoint, I've been watching people like break down the fight, and they're saying that it was fixed or whatever. Mm-hmm. That if Tyson really wanted to, he could have put him out, and he had ample opportunities to do it, and you could see he consciously was trying to not throw punches. And I did
see
that?
It. There was a couple shots that he pulled and he waited. Now I don't know if Mike could have put him out if he wanted to.
Okay,
but I do think that Mike could have made it a way more competitive fight than it looked.
Yeah,
do you think what we saw?
Because his I think he did a slip, and something he was going to do is like his slip to that
that hook. That
was right there.
Yeah, I did.
And if he caught that, do you think he consciously was like, I could hurt this guy, I could put him out, I better not? This is because he still has power, and all those training videos, he still had speed.
Yeah,
he still had agility. His legs looked like they were solid. In the ring, and people are speculating the first two rounds were solid, and then he was like, I'm going to act like an old man now. I'm like,
I'm tired now. No. So with Mike Tyson being 58 years old, and we talked about this months ago.
Yeah.
I don't think that Mike Tyson goes into a fight this way and just says, all right, whoever wins, wins. Like, it's just going to be a fight.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen just because you don't want to. It doesn't benefit Jake Paul to embarrass Mike Tyson.
Right.
At all.
Yeah.
You don't bring someone who's going to generate this much money and just beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Because now you look like an asshole. Congratulations, just beat a 60-year-old guy.
Yeah.
You know, but if you go in and make the fight look like even semi-competitive, then you do a service to Mike Tyson. You still got it. You still look great. You didn't go out here and make a fool of yourself. And you still make the money.
Yeah.
You still make $40 million.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson makes $20 million. You get 120 million subscribers to go to Netflix.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
The only thing I would have done different is if I was Jake Paul, I would have took the L.
Yeah.
I would have lost the fight.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I would say, look, all right, here's the script, buddy.
Yeah.
You know, make it look competitive and then just give me one good one and, you know, wobble me. Because if Mike Tyson wins this fight, you're like, holy shit. Mike Tyson just won. Boom, explosion.
Yeah.
Now there's some sort of redemption story that needs to happen for Jake Paul.
Yeah.
You know, this is now you don't have Mike Tyson, the old man who's coming back. Now you got Mike Tyson, the monster, the villain. You know, he smacks him at the weigh-in. You got the villain now. Lose that fight. Come back, train harder. You're Rocky now. You're the best around. You know, training montages out the ass. And then you come back and you win the rematch. Now you're back on top. Now everybody wants to fight you. Yeah. You do the Canelo fight. I don't know how serious he is about fighting Canelo.
Canelo, do you think Canelo would destroy him?
Canelo would kill him.
Yeah. Like, not even trying. Like,
Canelo would kill him. But, you know, now Canelo being on over this side of his career, over the hill of his career, now that fight is a little bit more realistic. Yeah. You know.
But he's like, what, 40? He's in his 40s.
I don't think Canelo's that old yet. He's like mid to late 30s. Yeah. Mid 30s. Yeah, Canelo's not that old.
Man, I watched that Canelo fight just recently. His latest one. Right? He just fought recently. Last few months.
Yeah. Who did he fight? Yeah, he looks great.
He looked great.
Yeah, Canelo's. You know, boxing is a very what have you done for me lately sport. Yeah, and every time there's a fighter who's out of action for a while, we always start to play devil's advocate about with the facts about who can beat them and who can't beat them. It happened to Spence, then Spence went down. It happened to Ward. It happened to Tank. It happens to every fighter who's been out for a while. So, you know, but the real thing about that is that, yes, you're out for a while because you're injured and now you are getting older and you're not the same guy. Yeah. So now if there's going to be a chink in the armor, now's the time for us to find it and find who the next guy. That's why Keyshawn Davis is so popular right now, because he's the next up and comer and he's, you know, these fighters who are prominent right now, they're going to have to take L's. Yeah. They're going to take L's. And it needs to be that guy because then he'll be the guy. Floyd Mayweather is the only one that did it the way he was supposed to do it. Yeah. He got to the point to where he was 50-0. Nobody can beat him. You can say what you want about Floyd. And some of those fights may not have been legit. The Conor McGregor fight should have never happened. Yeah. But it did. And it was an official fight on his official record. And, you know, he retired undefeated. Yeah. It just is what it is. Yeah. Floyd's smart, man. Yeah. You know, and there's questions about some of the fights that he took and at what point of these guys' career that they were in. They were he got them too early or he got them too late. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. Whatever, dude.
What about the John Jones fight the next day after the Tyson Paul fight?
Man. And then John Jones went in the next fight. Expect it. Yeah. I don't see anyone. No one's going to beat John Jones. Yeah. Pereira is all right, so I'm going to say this, and I want you to really hear me when I say this. The closest that we're going to get to anyone beating John Jones is Alex Pereira, and he's not even going to beat him. Wow. He's just going to come closer than anyone else. But I still think it's going to be like a walk away. Yeah. You know, John Jones is just so good, man.
He's so good. All the tools he has, like, when he did that spinning back kick, I was like, damn.
Yep.
How did you how do you even visually set that up? And like that's in a real scenario, like before we segue back to Cobra Kai, I have a new feature. We can show some videos off my phone on the, but there's but his spinning back kick was like awesome. And then those elbows that he would throw, and I was just like, and of course I was proud. I was like, yeah, I feel like we're best friends. He's from Rochester. I was like all about it, posting on my Facebook and Instagram. And
yeah, man. Well, he in that spinning back kick, he had been working that.
Yeah.
And he said, he practiced that. But what you do is you get somebody moving that way. So you attack. So if he wants to if he wants to throw the spinning back kick and land it on the right side, he starts using his left a little bit more to get him moving that way, get him stepping hard to that side. And then when he steps on center line, then you throw the spinning back kick.
Wow.
And at that point, it's a 50-50 chance it's going to land.
Yeah.
But it's a way better chance if you start to use your left side weapons. He's throwing the left kick a lot. He's throwing the jab a lot. Get him moving that way.
Yeah.
And then put him on your center line, throw it.
I find it amazing for fighters is like, as a dancer, you have like, if I was out socially dancing like salsa, bachata, like I have like patterns I know I'm going to go through, and it's a good variety, but it's not like crazy. As a fighter, Jon Jones has so many tools and looks like so many different styles and so many things that he can just pull from, whether it's standing or on the ground or grapple. I mean, he just how do you figure that out? Like, how do you figure out which thing to use?
Yeah. And this is probably one of the biggest questions you get, especially when you get at high levels, like like a Jon Jones and an Anderson Silva. It's like you have zero control about what the other guy is going to do.
Right.
You just become as versed at your craft and your discipline as you can. Like Jon Jones doesn't know more than anyone else. The stuff that he does, he just knows it better than anyone else. Okay. So he said, all right, this spinning back kick, I want to land this. I'm going to throw this spinning back kick 10,000 times. And every time he throws it, it's just a centimeter of growth, a little bit of growth. And the average goes up if he's going to be able to land that in the fight, because he knows it well. His jab, just something as simple as a jab. You throw 1,000 jabs.
Yeah.
The first punch you learn in boxing is a jab. You just throw 1,000 of them bitches until you get it, until it's unstoppable.
So is it like the Mike Tyson 1-inch punch thing? You just do it over and over and over again.
You just do it over and over and over again. You don't need to know like 10,000 things. You just need to know like 5 or 6 things really well that nobody can stop.
Yeah. That's cool. So Cobra Kai, one of the Iron Dragons. So what I noticed on that episode was a girl that was on my Instagram feed popped up, and that her name is Karate Queen Zara.
Zara,
now, I don't have audio, but this is one of the clips where she does freaking amazing aerial and this supposedly knocks this guy way off his butt. I don't know if she can generate a lot of power there, but yeah. But she was already a social media star. Yeah.
And that's how she got cast on Cobra Kai, I guess. Yeah. Man, and I had no idea. Yeah. Because she got shine. She just wasn't like some like supporting cast member. She got shine on that show. Yeah. Man, and she was great.
She was great.
But I had no idea. I just thought she was maybe an actress that, knows some karate or did some fight choreography.
Like she could do like Darth Maul stuff. I mean, she looks legit, and she was so tiny. Like and there she is in the show, being all, and it's funny too. Like in the scenes, like she was playing up that she's like this Instagram star. She's like said to the girls, like, you're not even worthy to be on my story yet because you're just not whatever. So it's pretty funny.
Now, going back and looking at now that you know that she's came up from a social media standpoint, do you think that her acting was lacking?
No.
Yeah, me either.
No, I thought it was
me either.
Yeah, I thought it was good. She was I believed in her character. I liked it.
Yeah, she was great. Yeah. She Iron Dragon. Cobra Kai has done a great job of giving us these really big finales every season. It's like a super big fight, you know, and because I might be wrong, but I heard that this was going to be the final season of Cobra Kai.
Yeah, it's. Right. I think I heard that too, but it just seems a weird place to end.
Yeah, well, and there are rumors that there is a movie in place. They're going to do a movie, and maybe the movie, you know, continues from what we just saw. But Cobra Kai has done a great job of giving us these big fight finales. Right? We had the fight in the school. We had the fight in the arcade one season. So as we were going into this final episode and watching it, I was like, okay, the Katai, whatever it was called, this is going to be it. And Robbie was going to show up and he was going to kill it. And everybody rides off into the sunset. When that dude came and clocked the official and dropped him, and it just sparked this huge I was like, what the fuck is this?
It was crazy melee everywhere.
It was nuts, dude. Like, I did not expect that at all.
Not at all. Not at all. And Robbie he didn't like, and it's kind of cool how they used like Robbie and not Robbie, Miguel and Johnny had to leave, and then Robbie was like all heartbroken because what's her face is like on the opposite team. It was just I thought it was really well done all together. I know it was like over the top and kind of crazy, but
it was super over the top.
But it was awesome. And then when Terry Silver showed back up, I was like, come on, this is amazing.
It's just getting crazy now.
It's so good. And then like Kreese and Johnny and Danielson, they're all like what the hell? Like, that was good.
Good. With Robbie, that his character arc was awesome because he got his ass kicked the entire tournament, and when it was time for him to, okay, this is where he's gonna come and redeem himself. We all saw it coming, right?
Yeah.
But in the way he did it, like he was like untouchable against the guy from Cobra Kai. I forgot the actor that ended up dying at the end.
Yeah.
When he fought him, he was like unstoppable, dude. So, and that's what I wanted to see happen. So then when he fights the guy from Iron Dragons, the big tall dude, and this dude is kind of beating the shit out of him, I was like, okay, what? Something's not right. Something else has to happen. You know. So, and then when the big fight started to happen, I was like, okay, now all right, this makes sense now, but it doesn't feel like a finale now. Now I feel like this is something that's going to continue. So
I gotta say, it was pretty cool when they were doing the team fights and the big tall dude and Zara, all the four guys in the front, they just took a knee and then they stepped off, and then both of them just like kicked everybody's butt. That was cool,
man. I do think they do have a lot of, and I know we live in a, you know, we're all the same, men, women, whatever. But I do think there's a lot of man on female ass kicking.
Oh my god, show, I know that was so like I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I was like, damn.
Like, okay, like I'm all about like women. Like the whole thing about women being in men's sports, and I'm pretty sure that's not accurate.
She was. Some of those young ladies took some ass whoopings for some dudes, man. I'm like, sheesh.
Don't know how I feel about that. But anyway,
but it was a good show. It was exactly what we expected it to be. There was really, from a storytelling standpoint, there were no surprises, right? There was no heavy drop off. It was very consistent. The series has been very consistent throughout. I think it was good. I think it does set up for a movie if they're going to do it. Now's the time. Don't wait for 5 years. Do it now. But yeah, I definitely give it. I'll give it, if I have to give it a scale from 1 to 10, I would give it a 8.5.
Yeah, I'm right there with you on that one. I enjoyed it. I know that one of the shows that we don't watch at the same time is From. It had its season finale. On MGM Plus. Dude, it was crazy. It was Wendy had to leave the room. She is not a gory person. It got into some gore, and spoiler, if you haven't seen the show From, you got to see it. I don't want to spoil it, but the ending is where you all season long, it just wouldn't go anywhere. It's just so random. They're somewhat like Lost, where they're trapped on this island, or they're trapped in this village that they can't get out, and there's these monsters that only come out at night that basically kill everybody if they can't catch you. And like in the movie Smile, they just smile at you, and it's creepy smile stuff.
The monsters, or do the monsters look like people?
They look like people, and then when they about to kill you, they turn into they look like demons. So it's thriller, horror-ish kind of thing. But Walt from Lost is the main character. I just don't remember his character's name in the show From. But dude, the season finale, really good. If you haven't seen From, I definitely recommend that. It's a good one.
All right, that's your recommendation From. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna drop one too. Landman from another Taylor Sheridan show, who's crushing it.
Yeah,
everything he's putting out is a killer. Comes on after Yellowstone, and you can get it on Paramount Plus. Yellowstone has been great, by the way. They're trying to. I'm not going to spoil it because people are still watching. That's
haven't started it yet.
That's episodic. It comes on weekly, so I'm not going to spoil that. But Landman follows Billy Bob Thornton. You got John Hamm, Demi Moore, Ali Lauder. It follows Billy Bob Thornton's character, who basically works for this large oil buku billionaire oil tycoon and he basically keeps everything on a leash for this oil tycoon, who was played by John Hamm, who is married to Demi Moore. And it just kind of follows what it looks like in Texas, getting oil out of the ground.
And you said it's called Landman?
Landman, yeah. It's a really good show. I think we're 2 episodes in, and it's really, really good. It's cool. So cool. You'll dig it.
I was going to try to pull up a preview, but it's not coming up. Have you watched at all Outer Banks?
No.
Look at that. He's just like, no. That's a Wendy and I show.
Is it actually shot in the Outer Banks?
I think so.
For those of you who don't know, the Outer Banks is like 40 minutes from here.
Yeah.
It's
I think it's probably filmed a little more south.
So is it not? It's not supposed to be Is it supposed to be Outer Banks, North Carolina? Okay.
Yeah. I feel like it's probably filmed more in South Carolina. I don't remember going to Corolla and seeing that kind of scenery. But
there's nothing down that bitch.
No.
Especially this time of year.
Yeah.
Even in the summer, I feel like a lot of people don't live there.
Yeah, no.
Of course, I know people live there, but it's mostly like for tourists now. Yeah. Tourists go down, they spend a weekend or a day down there. You drive your truck up on the beach. I've done it. It's a blast. Yeah. But yeah.
It's a good show. It's fun. It's got a Goonies vibe to it. It's totally over the top, just like Cobra Kai, but there's everyone's attractive. So it's
I feel like it was supposed to be like a Hills or something, like a is it a show that's supposed to be a reality show?
No.
Okay, gotcha.
No. Yeah.
But an acted out reality show.
No.
So it's a sitcom.
It's a total drama. Okay. Yeah, it's a drama series filled with adventure and treasure hunting and pirates and
really.
Oh, dude, it's like the most ridiculous. It's the most ridiculous show, but it's so good.
I thought it was like a bunch of tweeners just kind of.
Yeah,
but they treasure hunting shit too.
Treasure hunt. Yeah.
Okay.
There's chase scenes and it's good.
It's good. All right.
It's good.
Right.
It's worth.
Check it out.
Jamie will love it.
I think that's
like she'll love it.
That's what I was thinking. I think Jamie will love it. Yeah, because it's on Netflix as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
that's a good one.
So does it come on Netflix or does it come on another network and they got pushed over to Netflix?
No, it was on Netflix.
It was on Netflix. Okay.
Yeah, and it's in its 4th or 5th season, so it's binge worthy, and the characters are good. And there's I won't spoil it, but there's the ending of this current season was totally like caught me off guard. It was a good one.
Outer Banks, man. Yeah. All right, I didn't, man. That's
I thought you would be into that one.
Okay, maybe I need to watch it. Yeah. I'm surprised that you're watching it. From what I've heard and what and that's the problem when we see these shows and you hear things, you just all automatically make an assumption.
Yeah,
and you're like, I ain't watch that bullshit. But
yeah, it's good. The characters are good. The acting is good. The main character, he also was in a movie that we just saw that was, don't remember. But it's kind of cool seeing some of these actors going into different roles, and it's hard not to see them like as the character in that show. But I'll pull it up in a second. But he was in, God, what the hell was that movie? But he did a really great job in this movie, which I will look up in a second.
Okay. The one thing I can say, or not the one thing, but going back to Netflix, they do a great job of recycling their actors.
Yes.
They put their actors are in a bunch of Netflix properties. So they do a great job at that. And I don't know, like, is it kind of like a Disney thing where if you sign on for this project, then, you know, you sign on for, 4 projects or whatever. So
could be. All right. I'm going to pull it up right here. This guy. So Chase Stokes. He's one of the main actors of Outer Banks, and he was just in one
That dude's 32.
Yeah, dude. He's like, and that's a big thing about him.
Fuck that guy.
And they're playing that he's an 18-year-old.
You know what? Screw that dude. He's out here. He does look familiar with the long hair. I wonder what he was in.
Chase, this one?
Chase Stokes.
Yeah, he was in, man, why is my connection so bad?
Yeah, man, you up here looking like that, and you're 32 years old.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, man.
What are you taking?
Go eat a burger. Go have some carbs.
Let's turn my Wi-Fi off. Movies and shows. Oh, Uglies. So he was in this movie. So it was a Netflix movie. Uglies. Yeah, so he plays like a friend that goes over the top. Have you seen the preview for Uglies?
I have not.
Man, I wish I could do videos on this. Next episode, we'll have an ability to play videos, and we'll do some commentary on it. But
stepping up the game.
The game. Yeah, we're trying, man. But he did a really good job in that show. So, but anyway, Outer Banks, check it out.
All right. So I guess we'll finish us off with what are we looking forward to? We got shows. I mean, this right here is big season for everything.
Yeah.
So, I'm looking for holidays coming up.
I'm looking for Thanksgiving.
My man just want to eat. That's all that is.
Right now, I'm just starving.
What's your go-to Thanksgiving dish? Like you got to have it every year.
Most people probably will say stuffing. I'm with the stuffing.
Stuffing?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm all about the turkey. I used to love the white turkey, but now I like the brown or dark turkey.
The dark meat, yeah,
dark meat's way better.
Yeah, a lot of flavor.
Yeah.
I would have to go with macaroni and cheese.
Oh.
Yeah, my mom's macaroni and cheese is second to none. And I know everyone has their. I mean, my macaroni and cheese is pretty phenomenal too. Just saying, but I learn from the best. But man, something about good macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
And listen, if you make macaroni and cheese in any part of your recipe comes out of a box,
no.
with the exception of elbow macaroni. First of all, you can't make macaroni and cheese with anything else but elbow macaroni.
True.
Nothing with spirals in the shit. Don't use some other type of noodle. It has to be elbow macaroni, right? Don't use any Velveeta, Don't do it.
Velveeta.
Don't do it. And if you want great, and my sis Angeline, she's gonna appreciate this part because she's been trying to get my macaroni and cheese recipe for years.
Oh,
one thing I'll give you is extra sharp cheddar.
Okay.
You got to use extra sharp cheddar. You want good macaroni and cheese. Now there's some other stuff that goes with it, but you have to, and not sharp cheddar, not cheddar, extra sharp cheddar.
Okay.
All right. So that's all I'm gonna give y'all.
Let me ask you this about: do you put hot sauce in it?
God, get him out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. We're going for the week. We'll see.
We're out.
No, hot sauce and macaroni and cheese.
Yeah,
did you put hot sauce on your macaroni and cheese?
I did. I see somebody do it once, and I did, and I was like, oh, it's pretty good.
That shit sounds disgusting.
And barbecue sauce.
What? Okay, well, there's an argument for barbecue sauce because I have had pork belly mac and cheese before, and the pork belly had and that shit was phenomenal.
See?
Oh man, hot sauce. Jeez.
Could be onto something.
No, sir. No, sir. I do not put hot sauce in my mac and cheese. I'll bring you some though.
Yeah.
Have you ever had like a great mac and cheese?
I mean, I feel like I have, but I feel like until I try yours, I won't know.
Okay. All right. Now, I'm gonna bring you some of my mom's, and then if you like that, mine's is 10 times better. No, I'm just joking. Oh man.
Cool. All right. Well, tell us a little bit. Update us on the cookie business. What's going on there?
Cookie biz. What's going on with cookie? So we have big events this weekend. First of all, thank you for all the support. The Airstream is killing it. We sell out every week. It's going really well, and I thank you guys. We got some irons in the fire with some possible multiple locations, so and just kind of growing the beast, this weekend at Farmhouse Brewery, if you're in the Hampton Roads area. Saturday we have the Grand Illumination, so that's their big winter event. They have these kegs that's like a Christmas tree, and it's like 30-40 feet tall, and they light it up. So come on out Saturday, and then Sunday is my first festival. My first festival this Sunday, the Sweet Dreams Festival. It's a all confectionery and baked goods market. All right, so some of the best bakers in Hampton Roads will be there this Sunday from 11 to 4. So if you are in the Hampton Roads area and you are looking for some great sweets, some great baked goods, or just looking for gifts to round out your gift giving for this year, come on over to Farmhouse Brewery this Saturday and Sunday, 1805 Kimsville Road, Virginia Beach.
Cool. Well, you'll be able to find not only Antoine there, but Wendy and I will be there as well.
Yes, come on.
We plan on being there. But it's the holidays, and what a great gift to give anybody is the gift of dance.
Yes.
So if you're ever interested in surprising somebody for like they've never been surprised before, dance lessons is sure to please. So check out the Arthur Murray Dance Studio of Virginia Beach, Virginia. We're here at 3707 Virginia Beach Boulevard. Check us out at cutterrug.net. We have gift certificates online, or you can stop by, meet us, say hello in person, and we would love to personally show you or give you a gift certificate. So Arthur Murray Dance Studio, Virginia Beach, Virginia.
I was like, damn, they about to show me some shit. What are they gonna show me at Arthur Murray? Oh, man, this is getting risque.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely check them out. On behalf of myself and my homeboy Taras, we thank you for tuning in. Another year coming up.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have some fun stuff for the month of December leading up to the real holidays.
Yes. Cool. Till next time.